Welcome to a very special bonus episode of Creators United, the show where we bring creators from all sorts of platforms to have a little bit of fun, promote their show, learn what their show is about, and have some really neat discussions. My name is Ryan. I'm your host, and I can be heard on the podcast Cases of Continuity over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And joining me, as always, is my co-host from the YouTube channel Big Beautiful Diz, Dane. Dane, what is your favorite type of pie?
Mm. Um, Gotta go with cherry. I love cherry.
Ooh, that is a
Um,
very good answer.
yeah,
Very
I
good
cherry
answer.
cherry is my favorite flavor of anything really.
Mhm.
You got it. I love I don't know if I've ever talked about this. I love cherry Sprite. Have you ever had cherry Sprite before?
No, but that sounds
Oh my God,
incredible.
dude. Cherry Sprite, it will change your life. You will be a changed man. It's like having sex for the first time when you taste Cherry Sprite. It's unbelievably good. The cherry Sprite is the nectar from the gods, and I ordered a whole pack of cans of it, like a 12 pack on Amazon. I usually don't do that for soda, but I keep it stacked all the time. I love Cherry Sprite.
But I would like to introduce our guest for today. Joining us once again from the podcast Remy's Roundtable, the Florida theme park podcast, we have Remy, the man himself, joining us. Remy, what do you fear most about the Ides of March?
You know what? I want to run away from the Eyes of March. Just want to run away. But back to your pie question though, Ryan.
You
Uh,
got a different question. Everyone gets a different question on this
well,
show.
mine kind of sucks. All right.
But I knew you would do well with yours because you are a great source of comedy for weird questions out there.
Of
You
course,
always
man.
have a very entertaining answer.
He
Which,
does, he does.
which mine is run away, run away from the Eyes of March, run away.
Well, all right. What is your pie answer, though? Let's do a quick pie answer from Remy here.
Boston cream pie.
Ooh, that's a good answer,
Okay.
too. Different than a traditional pie, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Speaking as somebody who loves New England myself. Now, you may have noticed the two questions that I gave both of you relate distinctly to two different holidays in March. March is a month
Mm.
known for a wide variety of things from Pi Day to St. Patrick's Day to the Ides of March. And of course, going on right now as we're recording, March Madness, the NCAA
Yes,
tournament,
sir.
where
Yeah.
It's been great
64
so far.
teams plus four compete in a bracket to go head against each other to determine the winner. We've got something slightly different planned tonight, but fitting with that same theme of creating teams and then having teams compete against each other. We have a draft, and fitting with what I was talking about
Yeah.
earlier with Remy always having an entertaining answer to a question, we would like to expand this outlook to a wider variety of many of the different shows from podcasts and YouTube channels in our circle here. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Dane, who created the concept for this draft that we'll be doing, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some of the rules.
Yes, sir. So, a little sports theme, as Ryan said, with March Madness happening right now. Um, so the format is, if you can call it that, we're gonna do 10 rounds, and in those rounds, you must select a host from each show. The host cannot be from the same show. So if I select a person from No New Friends, I cannot then pick a host from No New Friends again. We're trying to mix it up here. We'll do a little variety. Um, each show is going to have four hosts, and after the hosts are selected, we are going to do selections for guests of the podcast, so that no one feels left out. We want to include everybody in this. Um, and then after that, we're going to be selecting segments. Um, and again, you cannot select a segment from the same show twice. Let's say you pick Florida Man, Jersey Man. It is impossible to have Game Master Ryan or Classic Ryan on your show. So then you have to choose one of your hosts to host that segment. if that makes sense. So if I don't have Chris, and I can still pick Cliff Notes, but I would have to assign somebody else to do that segment. And before all of us makes our selections, we have to name our show. So Remy, what is
Oh.
your podcast going to be called?
My podcast name's gonna be called Scoot Scoot Kaboom Podcast.
All right. And of course be creative, guys. Like don't like Ryan, don't be like Case of Continuity instead of Case.
Actually, I do have a decent show name. It's
All right.
called Fire Subtitle in a Crowded Theater.
Okay.
Oh,
I like that. I
dude.
like
Thank
that.
you. Thank
I
you.
like
That's
that.
good.
I like the tragedy implication of that show title. Um
Well, it's because it's a reference to Oliver Wendell Holmes.
okay. Okay.
Ah,
Now it makes sense. Now I understand.
okay.
Um
Dane, how about you, man? What's your name of
Yeah, what's your show?
your
I think this
podcast?
is the I think this is the name of a podcast, so I might be stealing this one by accident. I'm not sure.
Oh no.
So there's a lot of podcasts, right? So
Yeah.
mine is just another effing podcast.
Oh.
I think that's the name of a show, though. I think it's a music show. I'm not
It's
sure.
okay. It's your show now.
Yeah, it's yours now,
It
but
is. I bought the
you
rights.
you own
I
you own
recently found
everything.
I found there is a podcast on Spotify outside of His called let me see what it's
Disney
called.
history.
No, it's called Spilt Milk with His.
Spilt milk. You kind of broke up there for a second, dude.
Spilt Milk Fantasy Football Podcast with Diz and His.
Whoa.
right.
Whoa. What?
You want to make our first selection here?
I am.
Number one pick in the draft.
He does have the number. This is
So the number one pick, I am choosing Chris Yob.
Oh, that's a good
okay.
pick. I was
Off the board
considering
right
Chris for my
away.
first pick.
All right. He is in the chat too. So he's
I
gonna
know
be
he is
very
in the
excited about
chat.
that.
So I pick Chris Yob to join the Scoot Scoot Kaboom podcast, which funny enough,
Long first pick.
I was
That's
watching
a really good first pick.
so I was watching an old school Nickelodeon show. It was called Kablam. So I'm like, you know what? I got to think of something. So Scoot Scoot Kaboom.
I was
I'm
watching
glad-
I watched a Nickelodeon show last night too,
Oh
but
gosh, it was Dan
wasn't
Schneider.
It wasn't that.
about it was about Nickelodeon. It definitely did not air on Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
and it aired on HBO Max. Anyway, Ryan, what is your first your second overall
Remy
pick?
took my second pick. Luckily, he didn't take my first pick. I'm going with Mr. Mark McKay, Comedy Genius.
Whoa!
No way. He took my second pick.
Oh no!
I wanted Mark McKay right off the bat.
I knew Ryan was gonna take him.
That's
I
why
knew
I
it.
debated you. And that's why I'm glad Remy backed me up on that because I wanted Mark McKay so bad.
I knew he was gonna.
He took.
Well, you would have gotten him. You would have gotten him anyway, because I wouldn't have taken
Yeah.
him with my. I already have.
Yeah,
a
but you
guy
had
for
two
my
picks.
first-
You have two picks now in a row because it's a snake draft.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten him. You're right.
So yeah, I'm really glad I took him. Remy,
to cross
your
two
show's
people off
great.
my
I think one of the
board
top 5 decisions ever made in the history of Remy's Roundtable is bringing Mark McKay on. He adds
That
so
pisses-
much. He's so funny.
Dude, he's very talented, very talented. And when you guys come to Florida and visit, if he's doing a stand up show, you guys have to go see him. Like his stand up show is just, I'm literally on the floor just laughing and still holding my my lovely shot tequila in one hand and still laughing my ass off.
All right, Dane.
Yeah, that's
you
a
get
great
the
pick.
number 3 pick in there.
Oh no.
Well, thankfully my number one guy is still on the board here.
Oh.
I'm going to take
I think I know who you're picking.
a man that is prolific idea man. He's in Hawaii right now, so he can't join us. I'm going with Mr. Scott Maffei for my first overall.
Isn't he in
He's
Jamaica?
not in Hawaii. He's in Jamaica.
Oh yeah, he is in Jamaica. Yeah, why did I say Hawaii?
I don't know because I want to go to. I want to go to
Mr. Scott. I'm gonna make you proud. I'm gonna make you my team captain.
Team captain. Let's go.
All right.
All right, and then you get the number 4 pick.
I
as
do.
well, Dane.
I do.
You do.
So I'm looking at my board here, and I have some safe picks on my board here, but I think there's one guy that is gonna go here early, and I want to pick him up. I want to get my editing man out of the way. I want to get my producer out of the way.
I
want to go with Alex.
Man, you son of a!
On the 4th overall pick.
Taking Alex
Get
off
some
the board. That was a great pick.
get some chemistry going with him and Scott. You know, they work well together.
That's true.
Alex is already the editor. He's gonna do everything for me.
Uh,
He's my running back. He's my running back in the backfield that
Okay,
can also
okay.
play receiver.
I know that you guys cannot choose another Diz his, so I know that Niels can be mine for the podcast whenever I want to choose him. So I'm not going to take Niels right now because I can always go back to Niels. I can't choose another Remy's Roundtable, so I have to choose either a Nerd Archive, a Studio 21, Dane, or a No New Friends.
That's
and
true.
I know with the podcast, there is 4 main types of people that you want in a podcast. One of them is somebody who's absolutely funny. I already have that with Mark McKay.
You do.
We also want somebody who's a little more grounded and it's going to help keep the show on track, which is why I am choosing Nick Bryan as my
Oh, you
second
son
pick.
of a man! I was. Damn it! All right, so it's my turn, right?
It is.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go to the Nerd Archive podcast. All right.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Now this
I
guy
did not
has
expect
this. This guy has a great voice. He's great. He's talented, and everybody, everybody loves his voice. I'm taking Justin.
Yeah,
that's a really good
off
pick.
my board. Yep.
Justin was somebody I was strongly considering. He was probably going to be my next pick. That's a really good pick.
That is a really good pick.
I mean, just the way he speaks in the mic, it's like
Yeah,
you can listen to him and
it's
just,
heavenly.
and
It's
just fall asleep on a cotton candy pillow.
Such a good choice. He's also really funny.
He is.
That's a fantastic.
You get some great rants with Justin.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to Studio 21. I'm picking up C Money.
Ah, dang it! That's who I wanted next.
Oh, I was gonna take him too.
Darn it! Darn it!
Well, guys, we can do trades if you would like.
Ooh, we could
maybe
do
at the end.
Oh,
that's a really good idea.
I might do it. I might do a trade with one.
I wanted C Money so badly.
You know, we could. I mean, I could say, guys, I would trade my round 5 pick. Yeah, see,
that might be getting a little too in the weeds.
Yeah,
all right, I'm up next.
I can't calculate that.
All right, I already have a No New Friends. I already have a Remy's Roundtable. So I am going to go. Well, I've got somebody who will keep the show on track and grounded, kind of as an everyman with Nick. I've got a comedian with Mark. I want somebody then who can really take the reins and fully host the show. So I'm going to go with Luis Avila from
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
There he goes.
It's my third.
Bye.
On my board, I wanted.
Bye, Lewis. Bye.
Wanted Luis and Justin. Come on, man.
Well, you can't get both of them.
No, I didn't want both of them. But,
okay, you wanted one of them.
I wanted one of them. Well, at least my guy is still up on the board here. I'm very surprised that he's not. He's not taken yet. My man is in the call right now. I'm taking Remy.
Let's go. Let's
Very
go.
I'm taking Remy because I already got the host. I already got the ground man. All right, I now I have humor. Now I have humor with Remy.
That's a good trio.
Mm-hmm.
You also get your last pick right now, Dane.
That's true.
I do get my last pick. And it's coming down to 2 people.
Oh no.
It's coming down to 2 people. I think I've man, I didn't expect these guys to be on the board still this late. I want that guy as a guest. You know what? I'm missing something. I'm my host. I have my producer / editor, right? I have the brains. Both of those guys can create fantastic ideas, right? I have the humor. I'm missing one thing. You know what I'm missing?
What are you missing?
I'm missing the brains. I'm missing the history, man. I'm missing somebody who can do some segments for me. That's why I'm taking Ryan.
Let's
my
go.
last overall pick.
Let's go.
Give me Ryan.
All right.
Get him off the board. He's
Ryan
all
from
mine.
Case of Continuity. And that is your podcast hosts.
It is Mr. Scott, Alex, Remy, and Ryan. I like this select.
That's a really fun show.
That's a great show so far.
It is a great show.
That's also basically kind of like Diz Journey.
It is.
Plus me.
It is.
All right. For my final pick, I can't choose from Nerd Archive, I can't choose from No New Friends, and I can't choose from Remy's Roundtable, which means I have to choose either Dane, Niels, or Jared. And as I kind of admitted earlier, I've had my eye on drafting Niels for quite a while.
That's a good pick.
I will probably draft Niels here just because I've worked with the Niels a little bit
I
before.
respect that.
Super responsive.
I respect that. Yeah. You get a segment out of him. You get a segment.
You do get a great segment.
Yeah.
And when he's on the show, he's also got a lot of humor. Very different style of humor than Mark, though. And so I think makes for a really fun show, which means my final four hosts are going to be Niels. I'm going to have Mark McKay. I'm going to have Nick. And I'm going to have Luis. That's a really fun combination.
That's
it's
a
very
fun, that's a good
combination.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Very random, and I appreciate that. All
and
right,
you get
Remy,
the Disney, you get the Disney
pick.
aspect going a little.
Yeah, you get Disney with Niels.
A little bit with all of these hosts. I like your show a lot.
Yeah, you get Universal with Mark.
So I get one last pick, right?
You get one last pick, and then whoever is remaining, we're gonna pick some guests here.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it. She is my heart and soul. She's my partner in crime. I'm taking my wife.
That makes sense.
That's a very good answer.
It's a strong answer. It's a strong answer. Because if I did not pick,
you're saving a marriage with that selection.
Because if I did not pick her, I'm gonna get something later. So
that's exactly.
So who are your final four hosts then, Remy?
My final four. Let's see.
He's got
Who did I pick? I didn't write this down.
Chris Yubb, Justin, C Money, and Jen.
All right, Remy, who's your first guest going to be for your show?
My first guest on the program is actually going to be none other than Sarah.
Oh, that's a really good answer.
Good answer.
Sarah's very, very funny.
A lot of interesting stories.
Great stories.
So, yeah.
Sarah will be my first guest. I mean,
we can do an interview with her.
I mean, here's my other guest right here, but
wait, you can't choose your next.
You can't choose yet.
I have to pick now. My first guest. This is somebody that I was waffling between when I had to choose between Niels, and other individuals, and so I had a few folks I was choosing between. And so since I can't get him as a host, I'm getting him as my first guest. I'm going to go with Dane. Dane always brings it when he's a guest, whether it's on Disney, Roundtable, No New Friends. Dane always brings that big, beautiful Disney magic right there. So
I respect it because I don't have to host or do anything with another podcast. I can be a guest this time. I appreciate that. I like it.
All right. Who's your first guest going to be, Dane?
You know, I don't have time to host a podcast right now. I have to edit my document. Okay, so my guest, it's off the fucking board. My guest is going to be. This is snake draft, so I get to pick twice, right? I'm taking Yachty. I'm taking
Yachty.
I'm taking Yachty as my guest. To get this little specialty episode going with him. Not sure what we would talk about, but.
Oh, Yachty's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
every time I have guested on Nerd Archive, I've had the most fun conversations with Yachty.
I mean, we can definitely do some sort of video game conversation with Alex and Remy as my host and Yachty. I mean, you got a lot of opportunity for topics with Yachty. I like that a lot. And then for my coming back around for my second, this guy. You're
gonna choose who I want.
I'm gonna be nice. And this guy's very passionate, with what he speaks and what he talks about. And I haven't known him for a while, but every time we get to talking, very, very good guy. And I don't think I'm gonna take who Ryan's thinking of right now. I'm gonna let him have his choice. I'm taking King Mike.
Oh,
King Mike. Okay.
Because King Mike is more his interests are more what we could be talking about during that interview is more pop culture and theme parks. My alternative, we would be talking about sports, which I think only two of my hosts really enjoy the sport that he talks about. So the chemistry would not be right. Love my second choice. Really wanted to pick him.
Really good point.
But I'm going to take King Mike with my second pick here.
I wanted Jared until you mentioned think about your hosts. And I have Mark McKay as one of my hosts. He hates baseball. I don't know that I can have Jared on my show because I don't know that it would end well having a baseball podcast host as a guest with Mark McKay being on my show.
That's true.
So instead of going with Jared, who I really wanted to, I have to go with Lola, I think.
Mm,
Lola
Lola.
has a lot of really great comedy, but also she brings some really funny stories to the table. And when
mhm,
you have a guest on, stories is one of the number one things you'll want from a guest. And I think
for
Lola
sure.
for sure brings that.
For sure. All
All
right.
right, Remy.
Remy, you got the last pick here.
Yeah. I gotta take Nicole. I gotta take her.
Mm, okay. Nicole's a great guest because you could do a full-on interview with her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she has so much like interesting knowledge
yeah.
about music. Not to mention all the places she's worked from,
Yeah. But that was
the
exactly my
Halloween
thought.
times at SeaWorld to Jewel. Nicole has so many good stories.
Yob in the chat. He said something. He actually said something. He said, how about Jared is the main host
Main
of
host.
all the podcasts?
Ooh,
I like that idea.
I do
That's a
like that
yeah.
idea.
That's
I was gonna say either
not bad.
that or me and Ryan do a virtual rock paper scissors.
Do it. Do it. Just do it. All right, guys. Dane,
Hmm.
Ryan, rock, paper, scissors. Go.
Jared is the producer. All of our shows are
There you go.
Jared Reynolds
Oh, there we
Productions.
go.
Jared the intern.
Jared the intern.
There we
There you
go.
go.
I really hope that
I
Jared,
love that
if
idea.
Jared listens to this, I really hope he doesn't feel bad because I really wanted to pick. It was literally a like almost a coin flip
Dude,
between
it was
I was this
me
close
and
to
Mike.
picking Jared.
Very
So
close.
Mark McKay, if you're listening to this, you are the reason I didn't pick Jared. So
wow.
text me, bro, because we've got
Yeah,
beef to work
Jared,
out now.
send hate mail to Mark McKay.
And if you
I'm
guys want
just kidding, Mark. You're great.
and if you guys want to reach out to Mark, please follow his Instagram page, Mark
Oh, I
McKay
thought you were about to
Comedy.
leak his phone number. I thought it was like, are you
Leaking
gonna
Mark
give him a
McKay's phone
call?
number.
Give him a call at 407.
Seven. These
Only
notes.
one pick. So we're selecting segments from 5 different shows. The shows not included
Yes.
are Dane's show, Big Beautiful Diz, and my show, Cases of Continuity, because we don't really have segments. I mean, we sort of have little segments, but like they're not full-blown segments like these. With each of these, we are choosing 4 different segments. They have to be from different shows, and we have to select which of our hosts is going to have a segment. Each host gets 1 segment each.
Yep.
All right, Dane,
All
let's
right.
start us
I'm
out
going
here.
first here. I'm going
Mhm.
first here. Um, man, I've got a lot to choose from.
You've got a lot to choose
Um,
from.
very much so.
There's a lot. I mean, there's
There
a
is.
lot of them.
There is a lot. Um, but thankfully, my number one on my draft board here is here. Since I get the first, hopefully, thankfully. And here's the thing. I'm gonna pair this with another one of my hosts because I feel like he would do a very, 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 very good job at this segment.
All right.
Taking Florida Man versus Jersey Man.
Oh, that's a strong pick. Who's
Good.
hosting it?
Mr. Scott is going to be hosting it.
Okay, that's
You
a
know
good
what?
selection.
I would like to see that one time, just one time, have him do it once.
Yeah.
Just have him
I
do
feel
it once.
he can write, he can write the segment. He writes out Abby's segment, so he could easily do Florida Man. He's a funny guy, I feel like he would do a great job. So give me Florida Man, Jersey Man as my segment.
Okay.
It's a good pick. It's a strong pick.
Yeah.
All right. I have the next pick, and I'm going to do something a little unorthodox because I'm in the position where I'm probably going to choose, you know what? I'm going to choose D's Notes with Mark, and I'm going to have Niels host it.
Whoa.
It might seem a little bit out there, and that's simply because I don't
Okay.
want to have people already hosting the same segment they already host, because I think that's a little bit passe. So
Sure.
I'm going to have Niels host because Niels' sense of humor is very different than Mark's.
Yeah.
And yet Niels
Yes.
is also really funny. And as we've seen in a couple of cuts, jokes from Niels Wants to Know, Niels can also get a little bit into that darker sense of humor. It's
He
really
can.
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
I think it'd
can.
be really fun to have a Niels spin on D's Notes. So that's where I'm going with that one.
I like it. I like it.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Well, my first pick, I gotta go with it. I mean, I love what he does on his show, the No New Friends podcast. I'm doing Chris's Cliff Notes.
There it is.
And is Chris hosting it?
Chris is not gonna host it.
Oh,
Chris is not
hosting it?
hosting. Chris is not hosting Chris's Cliff Notes. I'm gonna switch it around. I want
Okay.
I want Sarah to do Chris's Cliff Notes. You know what? I'm gonna do I gotta steal it because Alex and uh Chris, they do a good job with this on their show that this his podcast. The very beginning of the show, I'm taking the monorail segment.
Oh, that's a
That's good.
strong
That's
pick.
good.
That's a
That's
really
a good
strong pick.
pick.
And who's
That's a good pick.
so who are the two main people on the monorail for you? Or is it going to be everybody on the monorail?
Well, that's the thing, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Jen doing the monorail segment.
Okay. I
All right,
agree.
my second pick for my segment is going to be a bit of a weird one based on what I said earlier, but I think it creates some really funny hijinks.
Uh-oh.
I am going to go with Team of the Week from Studio 21, and I'm going to have
Mm.
Mark McKay host it because can you imagine
Mm.
Mark
That's a good
lampooning every
idea.
aspect of a team's history? That would be
Yeah.
really funny and would add a lot of substance to the show. And I
I like that.
think it would be a great segment.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Hey, Mark, what team want to talk about next?
That or
Oh,
baseball news would be really
Yeah,
good.
I'm between that and baseball news, but I think Team of the Week is the more iconic Studio 21
For
segment.
sure. Yeah, I like that pick a lot, man.
damn.
Okay. So I have back to back here. And thankfully I have free reign of my draft board right now because I don't have all my draft board is completely and nothing is crossed off except the one that I took.
Ooh.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I always say to Remy that I like one segment in particular from his show that I think is really, really, really unique, and I like it a lot. So I'm taking it. I'm taking This Day in Disney History,
Let's
and
go.
my
Ooh,
show
that's good.
will be a live show, and you'll.
And is
And
Remy going to be hosting it on your show?
he's not. I'm gonna put Alex in charge of This Day in
Oh,
Disney
that's a
History.
really,
Yeah.
really
That
good
is
pick.
strong.
That is a really
Because
good pick.
Alex likes Disney history, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
It's a good pick.
So, yeah, putting Alex in charge of This Day,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll do fantastic in that role.
Oh yeah.
I'm saving one for Remy. I've got one for Remy in mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's
Oh,
your next pick? Because you got another
oh.
pick.
Oh, I do. You're right. Okay. I can't take from Roundtable again. I can't
Mm-hmm.
take from No New Friends. Okay, yeah, I know what I want to do. I'm taking Niels Wants to Know,
Ooh, okay,
Ooh.
okay.
and I'm
Strong
putting
choice.
it's gonna be Ryan Wants to Know. I'm putting Ryan in charge of
Oh,
that.
interesting. So kind of like my questions from this show.
Exactly.
Ooh,
And you can do
interesting.
anything you
That's a
want.
good
You can
idea.
do Disney related questions. You can do these kind of questions. So you already do this kind of segment and it's strong. So
Thank you. Thank you.
give you more of a role um with this one.
Ooh, I like it.
Ryan wants to know.
Ryan.
Except we have a
Ryan's
really
sweating right now because he's like, if Neil leaves the show, I'm gonna have another segment now.
Oh no.
all right. I have two hosts who don't have segments yet. I have Nick
Yeah.
and I have Luis. I've
Mm.
already taken a segment from Remy's Roundtable and a segment for Studio 21. So I still have Nerd Archive, Diz His, and No New Friends open to me. Let's see. Oh, I am going to go with a segment for Luis. All right, Luis, we know that he likes going to the parks. So let's put him in the parks. We're going to have Luis in the parks. He's going to
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
his really unique sense of humor for that, which is always really funny. But
Yeah.
instead of Giles Garman pretending he's in the parks, Luis will be able to actually record from the parks about what he's seeing.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Mr. Scott will like that too. So,
He would.
yeah, that's a good pick. That's a
Thank
good
you.
pick.
All right, Remy, what is your third pick?
I'm interested to see what you guys pick before me because I'm really hoping that you don't pick the one that I really want.
Oh no, Dane. Well, buddy, I am sorry, but I'm gonna take it. Quick fire, quick facts.
That's not the one I wanted. So thank you.
Hey,
Oh,
Remy has
well,
two picks, so he might take the one that you
He
want in
might.
the.
that's
I'm
true.
afraid that who
I
are you
am
putting in
taking
charge of Quickfire?
for Chris. I'm gonna have him do it. I'm gonna have him do a quick
Alright.
fire, quick facts.
I like
Just
that.
the way he does it
He'll do that
already.
with-
Just the
yeah,
way he
he'll
does
do
it
that
already
good.
on Diz's.
Mhm.
He's doing a fantastic job with it already. So why
Mhm.
not? It makes sense.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah, he'll have fun with that too.
All right, Remy, what is your final segment of the draft?
I'm bringing it back, baby. I am bringing it back.
Well, you can't because you already picked from Hermes rounds.
Crap, I did. Damn it. I did. Well, son of a gun.
Wait, what did you pick from Remy's
Wait, no, he
roundtable?
didn't. He
I
can do it
didn't.
because he took Cliff Notes, not D's notes.
I
Oh
didn't.
God.
I
Oh
didn't.
gosh. I know
Yeah,
what
you
you're
can
picking.
take it. You can take it.
I'm
I
thinking.
know what he's taken too.
I know what he's taking as
Beautiful.
well.
This is beautiful.
I'm thinking celebrity
Yes,
birthday.
sir.
Gosh.
Yes, sir. It's back.
Who's
I'm,
hosting it on your
I'm
show?
taking it. What?
Who's hosting it?
So I'm gonna have so I have Chris, Justin, Jen, and who else do I have?
C Money.
And C Money. I'm gonna have C Money do it.
Yeah, C Money will hate it, and that'll be so
Yeah.
fun.
That would be very funny.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's why I put celebrity birthday in here because I knew I hope somebody would take it.
You knew I was gonna take
Either
it.
I was
Man.
gonna take
Yeah.
it or somebody else was gonna take it. All right.
So I have to choose between No New Friends and Nerd Archive. First
Yes,
segment for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
For Nick, I'm gonna go with Nerdy Quote of the Week. But with
Come
Nick,
on now.
it's almost
You
certainly
took
gonna
my
be
pick, man.
a
Come on.
Disney quote of
Oh,
the
I
week.
thought he. Oh my God. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. I thought I had the dream. Oh my God. Come
Brian
on.
snuck in and took it.
Oh my. I for sure thought I had it. I was gonna put Remy in charge of nerdy quote of the week.
Oh damn. Well,
You should have picked it when you have the shot, man. Now it's
I
Nick's
I
quote
wanted
of the week.
Oh, I wanted this day instead. I wanted this day more than nerdy quote.
Fair. Well,
That
Dane,
pisses me off.
you have one final pick.
I do.
one final pick.
What is the so I'm down to Nerd Archive or Studio, right?
I think so.
Wait, did you already choose from NNF?
Wait a minute. How did Remy get to choose 4 things and he didn't choose from Nerd Archive or Studio? Remy must have chosen a show twice.
What did I
No,
chose?
he didn't. He didn't. Wait, he
What
did.
did
He took Diz's twice.
Oh, really?
Took Quickfire and Monorail.
Oh, we missed that.
Crap.
You might have to switch one of those out, Remy.
I'll
Yeah,
switch.
you gotta switch one of
I'll
them.
switch one of those out. I'll switch one of those out right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Which
who
one
can
are
I?
you switching?
So who can I choose from then?
So either Chris has Quickfire or Jen has Monorail. So which one are you gonna release?
Which one are you keeping and which one are you switching out?
I'm actually gonna be getting rid of I'm getting rid of Monorail.
Okay.
All right. And what are you going to take in place of Monorail? It has to be from Nerd Archive or Studio 21.
Yeah.
So for I'm gonna take Nerd Archive. I'm gonna take Nerdy AI.
Yeah,
Of course you are.
Makes sense. Remy would choose the AI.
Of course I am.
And
I'm taking Nerdy AI.
Who's in charge of plugging the words into the AI? Is that going to be Jen since she's not doing Monorail?
Yeah.
Yep, it will be her.
Right.
She'll
It's
do it.
either her or Nicole. Okay. I don't know if any of my people are baseball fans. I don't think King Mike is a baseball fan.
That we are aware of. I mean, he
he
might like baseball,
He might
but
be a
might,
Phillies
but not-
fan.
that's true. Or a Cubby fan.
Yeah, but
I mean,
do a whole why would he be a Cubs fan?
I don't know because I'm just saying Cubbies. Philly. We're a fan he likes. Whatever baseball team he does like.
You mean a
So.
team that's like in the middle of the country compared to one that's on the East Coast?
Yeah,
he
pretty
lives?
much.
I'm pretty sure he's a
putting
Phillies fan.
millions of miles between
I'm
between each other.
I'm putting it right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. All right.
Putting
Maybe
Philadelphia
Chris can
and
confirm
Wichita
this.
right now.
Let's have a fun idea once we're done here.
Chicago,
so
Chicago Phillies.
Let's go.
Philadelphia White Sox. I wish I could take travels. I wish I didn't take Florida Man now.
Oh no.
But then you'd have Scott doing something else.
I know.
I mean, Remy
That's
switched out a
true.
segment. Do you want to have the ability to switch out a segment?
Honestly, I might.
Switch
All
out,
right.
Dane. Switch it.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna release Florida Man, Jersey Man.
Okay.
So Scott no longer has Florida Man, Jersey Man. I'm picking up Florida Man, Jersey Man is Eli Manning and Kobe Bryant right now. They didn't want to play with my team, so I'm releasing them and trying to start again next year, right?
Mhm.
So I'm taking baseball news and I'm giving that to Mr. Scott
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
because
wow.
my reasoning
Wow.
behind this is that Scott is going to make fun of baseball news, and it's
Mhm.
not going to be an actual segment. And
That's
he's going
funny.
to make fun of the MLB. So I'm going to give Scott baseball news. It's going to be a parody news. And
Mhm.
I'm going to give Travels and Tribulations to King Mike.
Okay, I like
He's going
that.
to be around Disney World and or Universal, and he's going to call in from those different places. So that is
That
what I'm
is
going to do.
cool.
And unfortunately, Remy, you do not have a segment, but maybe I can pick one up in free agency for you. I don't know.
Okay.
Before we
All
do that,
right.
I think since Jared is the producer of all of our shows, I suggest
Yes.
that we each choose a segment remaining. It doesn't have to be from a podcast we haven't chosen. Just any segment remaining on the board. And Jared does that segment on a weekly basis,
Jared did.
calling in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I like that.
All right. Yeah, I like it too. Who's picking first for this one?
Remy, you want to pick first?
Yeah. Yeah, since he's
Jared, you are doing Florida Man versus Jersey Man.
Oh, that was what I
okay.
was gonna
I
pick.
thought so. I was gonna say that's gonna get picked up quickly if we do more segments here.
All right, I am going to go with Jared doing. Gonna have Jared do Hidden Mickeys
Okay.
because he lives
I
down
Ooh.
in
like that.
Florida. Like
Yeah, I
Luis, he
like
could
that.
also go into the park and find the hidden objects. So I guess I chose my two segments from Diz His, but I think they work with my cast. All
They
right,
do.
Dane, what are you choosing for Jared?
All right. I'm just writing down Hidden Mickeys for you.
There's some great
Okay, so
choices up on here.
for me, the easy one would be baseball, right? That's a
Mhm.
home
True.
run.
That's why I
True.
didn't go
That's
with
a
that.
True.
that's a
Yeah.
99 mile per hour fastball down the middle,
Well, this literally is
home run.
Jared's segment.
But I'm not going to take it because that's too
Mhm.
easy, right?
Okay.
Too easy. Give me, and we could take any from any show, right?
Yeah. Any.
Give me Nicole's music corner, but make that Jared's music
Oh,
corner because Jared is a
Ooh.
huge music fan. I've had many conversations with him about our favorite genre, rock. So give me
it's the official name. Sorry.
okay, yeah, give me Jared noteworthy nonsense. Give me that. I
Okay.
think he will strive in
Thrive?
a music segment.
No, he said
He
right.
will he will
Strive.
drive and
Strive.
Oh,
he
okay.
will pick up the keys, put the keys in ignition, and drive while listening to Jared's noteworthy.
I love it.
All right. Well,
All right.
Nicole, I gotta do this. I'm sorry, but Nicole, you are taking word of the week.
Ah,
I can see you're doing that. Honestly, she would be good in that.
she would be really good at that because she does her
Yeah.
research.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Word of the
I
week,
have to
baby.
choose. I'm choosing between Lola and Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Dane, I'm gonna have you take. Well, to go. What did you do in the world of Disney for you, Dane?
Okay.
That's
You're always
Yeah, I
very
like
good
good.
that.
on
I
That's a
like
trivia.
strong
that.
pick.
I like that.
Strong
I
pick.
have to.
I was hoping you were gonna give me trivia tour.
I was
Um,
considering that. I
Ooh.
didn't want to
I
choose
would have
another
some
one of
fun.
the segments I
Hey,
run.
I'm just saying I would have some fun with that.
I know you
Just
would.
saying.
I was between that one and Disney, but I went with the one that was more explicitly Big Beautiful Diz.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like that. So I have back to backs here. I have Remy and Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so for Remy,
Yeah, he is.
I'm giving you previously on.
Okay, that's a
So a
good
little
pick.
recap
Okay.
for you, Remy.
A little recap. Okay.
So I'm giving you previously on. I'm gonna take that all. I'm claiming that off of waivers, and then for Yachty, for Mr. Yachty, I am going to give him. I'm going to give him news segment.
Oh, from Remy's Roundtable.
I
Ah.
hate that. I despise the news segment with a passion, but I can't see Yachty doing anything else in this list. And it'll be like strictly like 2 minutes in the beginning of the show. and I'll fire his ass if he goes longer because I fucking hate the news segment.
You don't have to worry about Yachty with the news.
No,
He'll do a good job with that.
That's why I would shoot myself before I was about to give Remy the news segment again. Finally, I would.
I am taking that to the grave with me, sir.
Put me in the ground if I'm about to draft the news segment for Remy in the Creators Club draft. Ryan, it's your last.
Put that in the grave.
Oh, I'm definitely giving Lola. It's going to be Lola's munchies because Lola talks a lot about kind of things she does with her week on Nerd Archive. I think she'll do a really good job talking about really cool restaurants that she's been to.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
All right, Remy, with the final pick, which segment are you given?
Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have. Can I make a trade real quick, Ryan?
What are you trying to trade?
Ooh, there's a trade on the board.
I'm trying to trade baseball news for munchies. I want to give Scott munchies.
No, I'm not giving Lola baseball news.
Okay.
No, I'm happy with my pick.
That man eats a lot, so he would do.
Oh, wow.
No, Scott,
all right, Remy.
We love it.
You get to give Justin a segment. Is it going to be Trivia Tour or A Day Like Today in Baseball?
I kind of want to see Justin do Trivia Tour. I kind of
like Justin would be.
He would do a really good job.
Yeah,
would be good.
Yeah, I want to see. I really want to see Justin do the Trivia Tour.
Yeah. So. And then we're left with A Day Like Today in baseball, but none of us are baseball shows, so that makes sense.
Scrap it.
Remy's rocking with a good squad here. Chris Yob.
Can you remind us of the name?
Oh, I don't remember the name.
Scoot Kaboom Podcast.
There you go. So Chris Yob, Justin, C Money, and Jen are the hosts, and Chris Yob is going to be doing Quick Fire, Quick Fast. Justin is going to be doing Trivia Tour. C Money is doing Celebrity Birthdays, and then Jen's doing Nerdy AI, and he's got some guests with Sarah, and she's going to be doing Cliff Notes, and then Nicole with Word of the Week. Ryan, what was your name again?
Fire, in a crowded theater.
That's right. So Mark is going to be starting the fire with I'm sorry.
Hey, it's like the t-shirt from the Remy's Roundtable Tea Public. Feel the groove. Mark's D's notes.
Yes.
Mark is going to be starting the fire with Team of the Week, and then Nick is doing Quote of the Week, Nerdy Quote of the Week. Lewis is doing In the Parks. Niels is doing Niels D's notes, and then his guests are going to be me, Dane with World of Disney, and then Lola with Lola's Munchies, and he's got Jared doing Hidden Mickeys, and Remy has Jared doing Florida Man versus Jersey Man. Another effing podcast has Mr. Scott doing the satirical baseball news. Alex is doing This Day in Disney History. Remy is doing Previously On at the end of the episode, and Ryan's doing Ryan Wants to Know. And then Yachty is going to be doing some news, and King Mike is doing Travels and Tribulations. And I've given Jared Noteworthy Nonsense. So,
all right.
And A Day Like Today in Baseball stretches across all of our shows. That is the publishing platform that they are on. A Day Like Today in Baseball.
Yeah.
Incorporated.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're on Newsmax Radio right now.
Nope, no, they're not.
They're on Fox News Radio on Sirius.
Nope. We don't get political on the show.
No.
All right, well, Dane, thank you for setting up and organizing this draft.
No problem.
And Remy, thank you for joining us tonight. It was a little bit last minute, so we appreciate you coming in and helping us to create a team. Remy, first off, can you tell folks where they can find Remy's Roundtable?
You guys can find us on all social media platforms, Spotify, we're on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts. Just type in your search bar, Remy's Roundtable, the Florida Theme Park Podcast. We have some great news coming up on April 8th. If you guys remember, if you guys remember the show, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? On PBS. We'll be talking to Mr. Sean Altman. He is the founder of the group Rockapella, who was actually on Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. And in May, believe it or not, in May, we have another guest spotlight. We are going to be doing an interview with a cast member from Nickelodeon all that. So
Uh-oh.
Oh,
it's
that's
actually a
really
little,
cool.
it's
Good
actually a little,
timing, Remy.
it's actually a little surprise I have up my sleeve for the guest spotlight in May. So we're having a little chit chat from one of the members from all that.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
When are you going live from the
No,
Kennedy Space
that
Center?
is really cool, actually.
I'm sorry, Ryan, can you repeat that?
Yeah, when are you going live from the Kennedy Space Center?
I d- where am I going live from Kennedy Space Center? I don't know.
Yeah, the promise that you made a couple years ago on Remy's Roundtable.
Oh my gosh. I mean, well, I mean, it's actually not that far from us. So,
It isn't. He could.
Dane, can you tell us what's coming up on Big Beautiful Diz and where folks can check out your channel on
Hey,
YouTube?
thank you, Ryan. That's the first time I ever heard that one. Uh, um, um, you all know what's coming. Hopefully, you all know what's coming up on my channel. I'm working on a big project right now. Working on Beyond the Glass. Um, Beyond the Glass at WDW Animation Building. I've been diving into the footage that I've been finding, and I've been diving into the interviews that I've been doing over the past couple months. So, it's finally good to see like a vision, come together, and it's finally good to see be putting it all together. So very excited for it. It actually stopped. It actually wrapped shooting very recently.
Congratulations.
yeah,
So,
man.
yeah. So, you know, sound, visual editing, all that kind of stuff, post production. Yippee!
The fun stuff.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Tell us about Cases of Continuity.
So, as y'all know, haven't released a ton of episodes since our last Creators Internet episode, since Cases of Continuity also releases every other week now. So, I am about to finish up the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, headed into the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Nothing huge, but it's really fun going through the individual stories, seeing how they connect, and seeing Arthur Conan Doyle get better with his writing. So, Cases of Continuity on Spotify and on Apple Podcast. You can check me out there. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining me on this draft tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Seems that both of y'all did as well. So
Yeah,
I'd love to
this
have
was a
more
lot of
This
games
was
fun.
like
fun.
this.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Remy. Remy was the one that created this and the idea for early idea for this in the Discord. So thank you for that, Rem. This
Not a
was
problem,
awesome.
guys. Not a problem.
Yeah.
On behalf of Remy and Dane, my name's Ryan. Thanks for listening, and we'll unite once again in the future.
We miss you, Scott.